different things.
Well, Tim, we shouldn't even be able to own property. Forget crypto. I mean, you're thinking really big picture here, but I appreciate that, you know?
Well, I understand, but I mean, it's just one of those things. I'm sure that there's people out there that disagree with me. I might bring some of them on the stage, but maybe they don't. I mean, but I think it's just, I think you want to be really careful about, letting women own Bitcoin. I just for their own good. I mean, that's just a thing. Let's bring on passenger shaming here. If they passenger shaming, do you have an opinion on this?
I do. So here's my question. What if the woman is maybe about over 35, and then would she be acceptable to purchase? Because I feel like there's an age limit.
No, I just feel uncomfortable with women owning Bitcoin. That's my own personal, and I think many people would agree with me. And I just think for their own good, I think Bitcoin is very complex and there's many layers to cryptocurrency. And I just feel uncomfortable with women owning Bitcoin for the, because I support women and I just don't know that it's appropriate for them to own. But thank you. I mean, let's bring on someone else. I mean,
How
I
do
guess.
You feel about a vehicle? Are you okay with that? Or is that just like
with what?
I mean, I'm almost uncomfortable even coming off mute, to be honest. I feel like it's very ridiculous. I mean, I'm here cooking my husband dinner and massaging his feet as well. So I'm probably going to stay muted where I belong. So
that sounds fantastic. Thank you. Passenger shaming, you had a question though?
I was just asking if that would include leasing a vehicle or, owning or leasing.
No, I mean, I think women should be able to own and lease vehicles because men need to get around. So, I mean, that's absolutely important.
Fair enough.
Thank you. Let's bring in Zixi. I don't know her name, but hello. How are you? How do you feel about this?
Yeah, Tim, I kind of wanted to see if I could meet you in the middle here. I think letting women own Bitcoin obviously is off the table, but what about trans women? Obviously, they've had the experience of being a man. And so I feel like they're bringing something else to the table here.
That's a great question. I'm uncomfortable with anyone that's not identifying as a man owning Bitcoin. But I think if you're identifying as a man, we can certainly talk about it. But that's a great, I mean, listen, these are great points. And these are things to think about. And what about Kevin Enriquez? I mean, these are questions that really I want to bring to Clubhouse because to me, they are just very important. And I think that there's a lot of people that are shying away from these issues because they don't want to, potentially upset someone. But I think that we have to risk that in order to get to a better place. I mean, that's always been my thing. Like, let's not shy away from these bigger issues because to me, they are super important. And what about Erica? Let's bring in Erica. Let's see if Erica understands why she can't own Bitcoin. Erica, do you have an opinion on this?
No, I just had a question.
Yes.
How did you come to that idea?
My friend who's a woman keeps talking about owning Bitcoin and she doesn't really understand what she's talking about. So I just felt like it was better to protect her and maybe make it illegal for her to own Bitcoin.
Oh, okay. Well, because I've been looking at Bitcoin since I was probably 15. I understand it. So it's just maybe that there's still a lack of knowledge towards that area. A lot of people don't know what Bitcoin is.
I may make an exception for you and say that you can own Bitcoin, but I think that we should just keep it you and not any of the other women, which is better for you if you think about it, because then you will own more Bitcoin.
Yeah, that was just my only question.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But I mean, would you mind being the only woman who owned a Bitcoin?
No, but I just feel like if I could understand it at that age, someone, if you explain it better, someone much older that knows more about money than I do,
Yeah,
they'd probably understand it at a point.
it's petite. I do. There's maybe some potential there, but thank you, Erica. I appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not against. I think there's if there was maybe if the government would teach women about Bitcoin. Um, Melanie wants to get in here.
That sounds really dangerous to me, Tim. I don't want any ideas getting in my head. I mean, right now I'm just a sex robot for my husband, so I would appreciate if we didn't ask the government about it.
Yeah, I mean, no, Leah, I don't think you should Bitcoin. I think we've been pretty clear on that.
Hi, Tim.
Hi,
Thanks
Mel.
for taking my question.
Yes.
I'm extremely uncomfortable with the thought of a woman owning Bitcoin.
Well,
It makes me.
we're on the same page here, Melanie.
How do you think that it should be punishable by law? Like, what should the perimeters be of?
I think if a woman were to purchase a Bitcoin illegally, which is our hope that this starts on Clubhouse, but then eventually gets to Congress and becomes a law. If a woman is to purchase a Bitcoin illegally, it would be like any other law. She would be, she would have to answer for that crime, and depending on the severity of the crime and how much Bitcoin she purchased, I mean, we would have to probably put her in jail.
Absolutely, and I will absolutely support you if you take front lead on this, and I will start an Instagram or whatever, Women for Tim.
Well,
like
Melanie, I really appreciate that. Let's bring in Mercedes, because I want to hear from the women. I get it. Hi, Mercedes. How are you?
How are you?
Good.
So here's what I was thinking. What if a woman could co-own a Bitcoin with her husband or her brother or father?
Interesting situation. Under male supervision, I think it can be allowed.
Yeah, like the Sharia law, like they do it in Saudi Arabia,
Yes. Sharia Bitcoin law seems to be a good way to go.
Exactly. Sharia Bitcoin. That's what I was going to say.
That's a very good idea. I think that's a very good idea, Mercedes, I'm following you. I think that's great.
I'm glad you like it.
A great idea, and I appreciate the suggestion.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's great. Also, Mercedes can own a Bitcoin. She's allowed to own a Bitcoin.
Yay!
Kevin, what have you got to say about this, Kevin and Rico?
Hey, Tim. So I know that Bitcoin may be completely out of the picture for women, but I'm curious as to what you think about other coins such as Doge. Is there a place for women?
Great question. Can women own Dogecoin? Yes. We just got to come out of Bitcoin. They can own Dogecoin because it's so cheap that I think it's something that they should be able to purchase.
All right, awesome. That's good to hear.
That's a great question, and that again, maybe Adrian will hear. I want to get the women in here, and because I want some opinions. Adrian, how are you?
I feel like, yeah, I already have trouble managing like the dollars that my boyfriend gives me. So Dogecoin, I don't really know what that is. Also, I was just allowed to use my bank account like 50 years ago. I don't know. I really can't manage my own money.
Well, I think your acknowledgement of that is something to be commended, and I think that that's something that makes you a very strong woman, and I appreciate that. I think the people that are fighting to own Bitcoin, they're fighting the wrong fight. But thank you, Adrian. I appreciate that.
I identify as weak, but thank you.
Thank you. Lexi, what is your opinion on women owning Bitcoin?
I have a question. What about the transgender population? Are they able to own Bitcoin?
I just pointed this out, and I mean, it's pretty simple. If you identify as a man, you can own a Bitcoin. If you do not, no. And if you are A non-binary, you have to. I think you'd have to take a course. I'm okay with gender non-conforming people buying Bitcoin if they take a course. Like some type of course where we teach non-binary people about Bitcoin.
Yeah, and maybe we can make a more women-friendly coin, like something we can understand a little bit better, like a pink coin or a makeup coin.
Yeah, or a fake coin. Like I think it'd be good for women to like purchase cryptocurrency, but none of it's real. And
like
it's
Cole's Cash.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's what we need to make sure that women have the ability to feel like they're participating at like a Real Housewives coin, like a Real Housewives.
I love that. I think that's a great idea.
I think that's great. Well, listen, thank you, Lexi. I do appreciate it.
Yes, thank you.
What about
we need to get some men coding that?
Yes. Well, let's hope. We want it to get done. Noah Keenan, what do you think about this?
Noah? Well, yeah, you had some really interesting takes about it, and I agree with you on most things, but I was just wondering, like, with the transgender topic, what happens?
Are you Australian?
I am Australian. Shout out to Mum. Come to Melbourne, please.
Are you allowed on Clubhouse?
I'm running a VPN at the moment.
Okay, that's what I thought. Australia's not really. They don't allow Clubhouse, do they?
Bro, we're not even allowed Google here, so you know what it's about.
Well, what I mean, Australian women should definitely not own Bitcoin. Let's be very honest.
Bro, you should see some of the people down here. They're fucking nuts, man.
I bet they are. Yeah, I mean, again, I've answered the transgender question 19 times.
Yeah, this is a continuation on the trans topic, though. My question more is about what if someone is transitioned to male, bought some Bitcoin, but now they are transitioning back to female. And what if they?
Well, then they will not be able to manage it. They have to give it up.
Where would that go? Would you think?
It would go to a responsible male.
All right, fair enough.
Thank you, Noah. Good luck, Ben Rodriguez.
Yeah, Tim. Obviously, Bitcoin's off the table. How far do we go with property? Just in general. I mean, it's tough to differentiate between, say, Bitcoin or gold or sleep or, really anything.
My concern, property is relatively simple. Like you own the house, here's the kitchen, there you go. But Bitcoin's very complex, and I feel like for women to fully appreciate or understand it, there must be so much education, and we just can't afford it right now with the pandemic. So I think they should be legally prohibited from owning Bitcoin. And I think there should be laws made. And and again, I don't think that's a controversial position. I think it's like from speaking to financial analysts and advisors and crypto experts, and I think that they, me, are just concerned.
Yeah, no, I absolutely support that 100%.
What about Jennifer?
Tim,
yes.
Should we even be a part of this conversation?
Yes, because you're being educated.
But
yeah, Jennifer Cleveland is here. Jennifer.
Hi, I have a very important question.
Yes.
But I'm not allowed to speak for myself. My husband actually has to ask you. So I just wanted to know, can you come back to me later when my husband is here so he can speak for me and ask you?
No, I mean, if your husband is he here now, or is he gone?
No, he's not here right now. But he should be here soon.
Is he out working to support you?
No, I have to work to support him too.
Well, I don't disagree with that, but
yeah.
Do you feel that women should own Bitcoin?
No, I mean, I just listen to my husband. I don't know what to say. He just tells me what to say. I can't speak for myself.
But I think that's a good system, Jennifer. Well, thank you. Jennifer,
so come back when he's around.
Well,
I would appreciate it.
When he comes around, he'll let him in.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Well, I appreciate that. I think that's a good marriage. I really do believe that that's a good marriage. I think that so many people. Suzanne Virtue's here. Let's see if Suzanne. Let's see if Suzanne will defend this preposterous notion that women. Suzanne, what do you think about this?
Hey, darling. Well, Bitcoin just sounds masculine. And I don't know what Ethereum is, but that sort of sounds like fairy currency. And I think we should maybe take that over.
Yeah, I have no problem with the other less important cryptocurrencies. It's more the main one,
Yeah.
Bitcoin. I feel like it's irresponsible to let women own it.
Yeah, it feels masculine. I'm not with it.
I appreciate it. Well, you know what? I thought I'd get a lot more flack from the women, but you guys are really getting it, that this does not come from a place of anger. It comes from a place of grave concern.
And understanding. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very important. But, you know, I mean, it's just such an important topic. And I'm going to end the room, but I think we've made a lot of progress. And I think that if you're a woman right now, even though you're not legally prohibited from owning Bitcoin, what you can really do is just not buy Bitcoin and instead do other things.
It's very brave. Very brave.
Thank you all.
So brave.
Bye.
This is